Hi, this is Lilith Eeckels, garden girl at 2peasinabucket.com. Welcome to the next episode of 213 in 2013, the Monday video series here at 2peas. In this series, we will provide you with lots of inspiration throughout 2013. Each week, you will be given 4 to 5 creative prompts that will jumpstart your creative process. Today, I'll be showing you how I created this 2-page layout. Now, I use 2 design principles when I create a double layout. The first one is creating a continuous design, one that flows from one page to the other. And the second possibility is creating 2 pages that complement each other. And that's what I did this time. Now, let me just talk you through the supplies I used on my layouts. I've chosen some washi tape and I printed out 3 black and white photos as well as a grid of Instagram pictures. I'll also be using a 4x6 page protector from American Crafts. These aren't available in the 2-piece store, but you can find lots of similar ones. I've also taken out some vellum. As for embellishments, I've picked some tags from Elle Studio and stickers from the Indie Chic collection from My Mind's Eye. I also thought I'd use some Amy Tangerine stickers, and here are some from Pebbles and Studio Calico, and also some label stickers from October Afternoon. As for alphabets, I've got a tile alphabet from American Crafts, and then letter stickers from Studio Calico, and these tiny ones are from Studio Calico as well. As for papers, I've got some Lily Bee papers. These are scraps from the Storyteller line from Crate Paper. And I've also chosen 2 pattern papers from the Dear Lizzie Neapolitan collection. As for cardstock, I've got 2 pieces of 12x12 cardstock, some polka dot Dear Lizzie vellum, some flutterblies from the Fifth and Frolic collection, and some stickers and chipboard from the Crate Paper Pretty Party collection. Now, here is your first prompt, and the first prompt is a sketch. Now, this is the design I came up with before creating my layouts. Now, the first thing I did was I took 2 sheets of pattern paper, so these are from the Dear Lizzie collection, and 2 pieces of white cardstock. I trimmed the pattern paper down and it measures about 11.5 by 11.5. And then I just adhered those to the cardstock, and then I stitched around the edges. Okay. Now, once I stitched all 4 sides, I just flip up the sides a little bit around the stitching, and that just adds a little bit more dimension to the layout. It's a really nice way of adding a little bit of detail to your project. Now, as you can see on this side, I'm going to go with a more vertical design with the vertical stripes. And on the other side, the design is going to be more horizontal, just like the chevrons. Now, I'm going to start with the right-hand side of my design, and I'm just placing a few elements to see how it looks. And here are the second and third prompt, and that is to use vellum and border punches. Now, I used the 2 prompts together, so I created a layered effect of vellum on the layout. And this is a really nice way of adding some more detail, and it also helps the vellum to stand out. I'm using my knockout punches from American Crafts, and they're really easy to use, and what I really like about them is that you can change the borders. I've made a little video about how to use them, so if you have a look on my YouTube channel, that might help you see how to use those. So I'm just gluing the center part down, and I'm going to use a number stamp from Studio Calico. So I'm going to stamp that on the bottom. I'm using some wet cement ink from Hero Arts. So here I'm gluing the paper from the Storyteller line down with all the lovely colors, and here I'm going to adhere my vellum to the layouts. Be really careful when you adhere vellum because the glue can be visible. So I'm just gluing some parts down because I know those will be covered by embellishments or photos. I'm going to add another stamp from the Studio Calico collection here, and this stamp says Happy Birthday to You, which is really appropriate because the layout is about my boys' birthdays. Here I'm just placing the photos on the layout just to see where everything is going to go, and I'm adding some more pattern paper, just seeing if they match or not. I decided to go with the chevron, so this is a nice way of tying two pages together, is to use pattern paper from one side on the other side as well. This is a little journaling card from Elle Studio, which says Celebrate on it, and here is your fourth prompt, and it's to use a page protector. So I'm going to be using a 4x6 page protector, and I'm going to slip a photo into it, which is adhered onto some vellum. This is the vellum from the Dear Lizzie collection. And as the page protector flips up, I wanted to add a little bit more something to it, and so I decided to use the flutterbys from the Fifth and Frolic collection and just add those little banners to the other side. So when you flip it up, you have some more detail, something fun. And the banners are really nice because once again it fits into the theme of birthday parties and fun. Okay, now that is done, I'm going to start embellishing the layout. And before sticking down my photos, I'm just going to layer a few embellishments under the page protector. Here I cut out little Polaroid frames from one of the Dear Lizzie papers, and I'm going to layer those with some stickers. This is a Celebrate sticker from the Pretty Party collection from Crate Paper. And I'm just placing the page protector over it each time just to see how it looks. So I'm just going through my different stickers and embellishments and seeing what I can add. So here I decided to go with a little vellum bag, and I added a little tag inside so I can add some journaling. And in the bottom left hand corner I also used a little frame, Polaroid frame from the same paper from Dear Lizzie, and I added some washi tape, a little tag from Elle Studio, and a button. And I will be adding a few strips of washi tape to this layout, and it's going to ground the layout. Add some horizontal lines as well, as a lot of it is vertical with the background paper. So I just glued my photos down, and for the page protector, the top half isn't that pretty, so I thought I'd add some ribbon. So here I'm just stapling it down to the layout, so I'll still be able to flip it open. And I'm going to thread some ribbon through it. And to attach the ribbon to the layout and to the page protector, I'm going to use two brads. And I've chosen some basic grey number brads, and I've picked the ages of my boys. So 6 for Robin, and Noé and Damien turn 9. I'm just going to thread the ribbon through the brads, instead of threading them through the holes of the page protector, and then just attach the brads to the layout. For that extra bit of detail, I decided to tie two little knots on either ends of the ribbon. Okay, so now I'm just snipping off some parts of the ribbon that was a bit too long. And now I'm going to add a few more elements to the layout. Now usually I don't really plan a lot in advance. I just fiddle around with the embellishments until I find something I like. So here I decided to add a little banner to the side of the photo, and I'm also using some arrows from Studio Calico to highlight the numbers 6 and 9, so the ages of my boys. This is a really nice little fun way to add some more detail. So some more little embellishments here. I'm adding some chipboard and the number 3, and that will be part of my title, and it's covered up, so it's an interactive element added to the layout, some fun. So I'm just playing around with some more embellishments, and I just popped some more chipboard onto the page protector itself. So that was for the first layout, and now let's have a look at the second one. So this time I'm going to go with a more horizontal design, and here I'm just layering my different papers and the vellum. So I'm using the same papers and the same vellum as in the first layout, and this will just add to the complementary element of both layouts. So I'm just fiddling around with some more layers, and like I did in the first layout, I'm going to use the number stamp again. So this is a nice way of tying two layouts together using the same stamps, the same embellishments, some of the same design features. And once again, I'm going to use a little tag. And to make this tag, I just took some cardstock and took off the sides with a square punch. Sorry. And I added that into a little glassine vellum bag and slipped that behind the photos. So once again, I'm going to use one of those little frames, Polaroid frames from the Dear Lizzie paper. And in the left-hand corner again, you can see one of the frames, and I'm layering that with a label from Elle Studio and a little brad as well. So lots of layers, lots of little elements. I haven't attached the brad just as yet. So here I'm adding another little tag from Elle Studio, and that's going to be part of a visual triangle with the tag that's in the bottom. I've also added some of the vellum, which I punched out, just like in the first layout. Adding lots of little layers here. And I'm also going to add some more of the washi tape. So lots of the same elements that keep popping up. Okay, so here to the top I'm adding another brad, and as you can see here I created the visual triangle, which helps the eye flow over the photos. Now I'm going to add some more stamps, and here I'm using some of the number stamps from Elle Studio, and I'm going to stamp that directly onto the vellum here. And again I've chosen the numbers 6 and 9, so some more of the same design features that appear. The numbers 6 and 9, the washi tape, the little tags, the Polaroid frames. So all these elements will tie the two pages together. So I took out the sticker sheet again from Studio Calico with the arrows, and I tried adding a few arrows like I did on the first layout, but it just didn't seem to work. And so I thought I'd use the little hearts, and I added those to the clusters of embellishments that I created to make this visual triangle. And I thought those looked really cute. So I'm going to just play around with some stickers and chipboard elements. And I tried using the Indie Chic ones, the stickers here, the border stickers, but they didn't seem to work. In the end I did add a little chipboard star element, and then the rest just I put away, and I'll use them on a later project. So now that I'm happy with the the right hand side of the double layout, I'm going to start creating my title. And I had a particular title in mind, and I really wanted to use this tile alphabet from the Amy Tangerine collection. Now I'm just lining up the title on a scrap piece of paper so that I can see how it looks on my layout before sticking it down. Now really you have to be careful with these tile alphabets because they don't stick that well, so I always add a little bit of glue. Sometimes I sew through them, but you have to be really careful when you sew through them not to break your needle or mess up your sewing machine. So on one side of the layout, so on the left hand side, the title is 3 birthdays, and the 3 is hidden underneath the page protector. So that's our interactive elements. And on the other side I'm going to continue with the title, and I'm going to mix and match using other alphabets. So this one, the orangey one, is from Studio Calico, as is the 3. Okay, and then I'm going to use the tiles again. Now later on I will change the 3 into a 2 because it's not 3 birthdays in 3 days but 3 birthdays in 2 days, because the eldest are twins and they celebrate their birthday on the 10th of December, and Robin, it's the 8th of December. So 3 birthdays in 2 days. So my layout is almost done. I'm just going to have a look and see if I can't add a little detail here and there. I went for some journaling, so I wrote some journaling on the right hand side and also added a few more stickers. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've learned something new, and my challenge for you is to use one of the prompts, and don't forget to upload your layout to the gallery because you'll be able to win a prize at the end of the month. Thank you so much and see you soon. Bye!